Today I'm going to be doing a tubeless tire conversion on my GT. Both the rims are not tubeless ready, so we're going to be showing you how to make them tubeless ready. And I'm also going to be installing the new Maxxis aggressors, both on the front and the back. And so pretty much what you're going to need is rim tape, some rubbing alcohol, tubeless sealant, paper towels obviously, tire levers, just make the job easier, pump, and then I'm actually going to be using my old tubes for the valves. So I don't actually have tubeless specific valves, but I'm going to show you guys how you can use your old tubes for to make them tubeless, and we'll be going through that and kind of breaking it down for the whole steps for you guys. But first things first, you want to get this old tire off. Just kind of pry it off. Make sure you hold on to this. We will be using this later. Alright, so this red tape that you see on here, this is actually, this is not rim tape, and this is not going to make it tubeless ready. So this is just there to protect your inner tube from the spokes, just from that extra damage. So we're actually going to need to pry this up and clean up the rim. Oh, that was easy enough. Alright, make sure you just get some basic rubbing alcohol, and we're just going to make sure you clean this rim up really well. Getting this rim cleaned up well is really going to make a difference with how that rim tape sticks, which is ultimately going to create a good seal for the fluid and everything else. So, all right, next I just have some stands, no tubes, rim tape, 25 millimeter. I've seen people use the 25 millimeter Gorilla Tape as well, and heard good things about that. I actually got a good deal on this, as well as my slime tubeless sealant from backcountry.com. So that, and then also the Maxxis tires I got also on sale. So I should have a link in the description where you guys can actually get $10 off your next order. And yeah, that's where I got this. But you can pick this up at a local bike shop. I know the Gorilla Tape you can just get at a hardware store. And like I said, I've heard good things about the Gorilla Tape as well. When you tape this, you want to look for your valve opening here, and you want to start your tape a few inches down, and as you wrap around you want to cover it back and go a good couple inches the other direction as well. You want to make sure that's covered really well. Alright, now that we got the rim tape on, find the spot where the valve stem is, and then just poke a small hole, just big enough for your valve stem to pop through. And we will be able to get on to the next step here. Alright, so what we're doing with our old tube is we're going to be cutting around this stem here. Just kind of cutting around the circle that you kind of see. That's how we're going to be able to use this for our tubeless conversion. There you go. So that's what we're going to use. Get it pushed in, nice and good. Make sure it runs along with the rim. And again, you just want to make sure this is nice and snug. If you need to trim it down anymore, now is a good time to do that, which I might actually. Just trim down the two sides just to make sure that fits nice and tight. Hopefully it's not getting too dark for you guys. Next step, we start to get the tire on. And these are the new Maxxis aggressors, 2.3 is the width. And then what you want to do, make sure that the tread is going the right direction of the wheel rotation. You do not want to get this on and then realize it is backwards. So we're just going to figure out the direction on here. What's kind of an easy way too is when you're doing this is that sometimes on your disc brakes they'll have an arrow of the rotation that's going, and so you can just kind of match that up. But if you are going to use a tire lever, just make sure that the lever is not pulling up the tape that you just laid down. That's going to be very important. I left just a small gap down here at the bottom, and because I actually have my tubeless sealant can actually just kind of squirt into it, so that's going to be pretty easy. So we're going to do that. You can also take out your valve core and apply it through there. It'll be a little bit cleaner, but the slime tubeless that I have has a nozzle on there with pre-measured notches for me, so I can just keep it easier. Alright, so around the rim, around the tire, you actually see like this this line that actually wraps around. That's what you want seated inside the rim. I might need to set up my air compressor. Guys, it's been a long adventure on this. My floor pump was not giving enough pressure to let these seat, so I had to get my air compressor, but had to kind of makeshift an attachment. Alright guys, I'm on my back tire here. Had some issues with the first one. My floor pump didn't give it enough pressure, and I had to kind of makeshift a attachment for my air compressor. But we were able to get it to work. I didn't put enough sealant in the tire the first time, so I just kind of decompressed it, add some more sealant, and that seemed to fix the issue. So this is the second one. I'm gonna run the air compressor and hopefully kind of get this going good for us. Finally. Let's clean up this mess now. Man, this has taken much longer than anticipated. I just had a lot of issues with the other tire. So the other one was after it actually popped really good and it seated really nice, but it just doesn't seem like I had enough sealant in the other one because it was kind of leaking around one of the spots, just right next to the edge of the rim. And once I lowered the air pressure, put some more of the slime tubeless sealant in there and pumped it back up, sealed no problem. This one just didn't want to sit at all. Wasn't taking the air at all. So that's where I was having issues on that. It's been a long night, but we're getting it worked on. I'm actually trying to get on the trail tomorrow morning. So it's mostly kind of why I'm still dealing with this right now. Alright guys, it's been a late night. Got the tires back on the bike and good to go. I'm excited with how it turned out. It did take a lot more work than what I expected. However, it was just, if you got patience, it'll do well. It wasn't anything technically difficult. I'm glad I had my air compressor. If I didn't have the air compressor, there's no way these tires would have been on at all. So if you have an air compressor, great. If not, pick up a floor pump that allows you to pump up some pressure and lets you release it. I don't know technically what they're called, but I've seen people use those, and there's also CO2 cartridges you can use. That should work as well. But it's on, getting the bike ready for my ride tomorrow morning, and we'll let you know how it goes, and then we'll give you guys some feedback on how the tires are holding up. All right guys, thanks for watching.